Guys, deluded, man. Atletico Madrid 1, Arsenal 0. On aggregate, Atletico Madrid 2, Arsenal 1. And we're out of the Europa League. The fairy tale that Wenger wanted to leave with is not going to happen. Getting Champions League, which would have been a miracle after this dud of a season, is not going to happen. And yeah, it's just more stress on the road, pardon me, of being an Arsenal fan. And it shows you what I tell you guys week in, week out. Rule 1. The game isn't based on sympathy. If the game, football, was based on sympathy, Wenger would have champs and this Europa League. Messi would have the World Cup. And I wouldn't be here making vids. I'll be on the calm thing, playing League 2, League 1, the calm. You know, the man there, don't even know their name too tough. He just, and the man there just have a calm career. That would have been me. But the game isn't fair like that. And rule 2, I'm probably, let me move the charger. I'm probably, which is more important, retire before the thing retires you. You've seen it with Muhammad Ali, you've seen it with Arsene Wenger, sadly, and yeah, Olympus has fallen, the thing's crumbling. Going into the game, obviously we lost. We knew what we had to do. You shot yourselves in the foot not taking your chances in the first leg. You know you're going to get chances in the second leg, and you need to take it. You're going against a stadium, which is their new thing, but it might as well be their old one, because they're at home. Their fans are going to be playing for them. The fans are going to be a 12th man. They're going to get onto the referee and them things, which they did. And they're going to manage out the game because, like we said in the first game, you can say Arsenal had the possession, we were the better team, we were this, that, and the third. Atletico Madrid, prior to the game, if we never had to play a second leg, are the ones going through. It's tournament football, it's a different ball game. It doesn't matter how much possession and shots and these sort of things you do. I must say, first 10 minutes, I give it to Atletico, you know, Carl. You would not think that, pardon me for exaggerating, but lives are on the line for these 45 minutes in the sense that some of you might not have a career at this club if we don't get champs or something happens. And I say that lightly. Not defending properly. Ospina's distribution is poor. Monreal and Koscielny not waking up. There's many incidences where Ospina and whoever in the back four, miscommunication. Ospina, I don't understand why he dives too early. I definitely don't understand why he's always rushing off the line. I don't want to just blame Ospina for the lack of communication, but when it's multiple people involving Ospina, it has to be him. Do you get what I'm saying? And we were weathering the storm and they're getting in behind. I mean, first minute they had a corner. First minute they had a corner and we're switching off. I did think we gave away a little bit of silly fouls. I felt initially Ramsey was trying a bit too hard and a couple of people were trying a bit too hard. But our fullbacks, after that, let's say 20 minutes in, we were kind of good. We're kind of, I don't want to say troubling them because they're managing the game pretty well in my opinion. They're allowing us shots, but they're dealing with everything. Both fullbacks are getting in excellent positions. Problem for us is Bellerin's forgot how to cross again, sadly, and Monreal's just on a stupid one. Like, we're having joy down that side, Monreal's side more, but we're not threatening and we're not whipping the ball in. We're still doing this calm, patient football. I did think we were forcing it and we did panic elements in the first half, sorry. We did our thing. 6th minute as well, I forgot to say, I'm surprised Diego Costa didn't score, man, to be honest. That's prime Costa deals with that. Monreal was too weak and Koscielny was sleeping for that. This is what I mean. It goes into doing basic stuff. Obviously, we cannot speak about the game without speaking about Koscielny. Shortly after, he beat the ground in frustration and he was holding his Achilles. Allegedly, we've heard after the game now it's a torn Achilles. World Cup done. At his age, he's never going to play in the World Cup again. With that injury, I hope it's a speedy recovery as possible, but you never know how long the time frame is going to be. I'm not a doctor, but the grade of the severity of the torn ligament, torn Achilles, tendon, whatever the thing is. You sports science people correct that thing in it, but whatever it is, it's going to take him a while. We know he basically pills himself up and bandages himself up and does yoga to play for Arsenal anyway. So it does look peak with a new manager coming in, with his age, with talk of needing a centre-half anyways. A lot of careers could have been sealed on this night with Mustafi, Koscielny and Monreal, if I'm honest with you. Did feel we're a bit too passive. One thing that is annoying with Arsenal, and I'd love for it to stop under the new manager, it doesn't matter if we're winning, losing or behind, it's the same tempo. Like, I felt Xhaka had some teething problems in the game, but he grew into it and started bossing it. Ramsey, like we said, if anyone needs to turn up today, just on the basis that we need man to do dirt, is Aaron Ramsey. Lacazette's by himself, but he's working. I can't understand why he's in wide positions, though. On a couple, even Wells, I know Wells is out wide, but a couple of times people in positions where they're not going to really threaten. I did think throughout the game we didn't gamble enough. Monreal, Bellerin, when the one time he did put in a decent cross. Ozil, a couple times shots were fedded through, or like, and someone just needs to gamble, try get on something, try get on the far post or something. It just wasn't happening. You can say we played well in that first half up until we conceded that late goal. But how many shots did Oblak have to save at the end of the day? You can say we dominate possession all of this, but Oblak had next to nothing to do. And then we sucker punch towards the end of the half. You've got to manage out the game. We're losing the ball in silly areas. They held the ball for so long before that move actually happened. Eventually, I believe, was it Diego Costa who puts it in, and it's just nonsense defending. Like, where is Hector Bellerin? Monreal's not covering. I'm not even going to mention Mustafi. Where is he? Ospina dives so early and makes the man's decision up for him. It's just 6s and 7s again, and yeah, like, it's a kick in the teeth. The only good thing at this point, if there is a good thing, is that we score one, it takes it into extra time sort of thing. But that's not the mentality. But yeah, we got into half time. Even in the 39th minute, the different Bellerin, we broke. Bellerin had the ball, yeah. I'm so sure it was when Wells made a lovely run, Lacazette made a lovely run. It was a thing where Bellerin had to get it under control and carry it a bit, and he elected to pass. And it was just terrible. A lot of the decision-making was just terrible. Oblak had nothing to save. We've had more possession, but nothing to it. This is what comes down to game management at the end of the day. That's my thinkings in regards to the first half. We didn't take our chances. This team has conceded 9 goals at their place, I believe, all season. 6 of them have been crosses. So what do we do with this information? Any logical person, I'm not going to give you the answer. Any logical person would do what you guys would think to do, but we decide to play patient. How many times we needed to cause trouble? I'm not going to sit here and say it was a bad performance, because I don't necessarily. Well, you guys watched the game. Not everybody played well, but it was a decent performance. But on the other hand, you could say it was a crap performance, because I look at it on the basis that I called for passion, heart, commitment, leaving it all in the ring. You saw my vids before the thing. I look at it as that if any of them players can say they leave that pitch knowing they gave it all and there's nothing they could have done better, fair enough. Like in the first leg, if they said that, fair enough. Today, that doesn't wash because we were slow to bring it out. A lot of things were self-inflicted. We needed to play out with the back. We can't just hoof it because they'll take that all day. Their game management's superb with the fouls and that, by the way. But we're self-inflicted issues onto ourselves by playing in areas we don't need to play. We need to score. At times, you wouldn't have thought, even before they scored in the 43rd minute, you wouldn't have thought they needed to you wouldn't have thought prior to us score them. You wouldn't have thought they needed to score at some point. Whatever I was trying to say, I even forgot my point. But anyways, second half, people, like, it opened up a bit for us. That was, I must admit, I was excited but scared because it did look like we were going to score or make something happen or have an opportunity. But at the same time, we're gifting some glorious chances. Like, Griezmann's playing quite well. He really should have finished his danger. I think when Callum Chambers came on, he made a lovely bit of, like, he had a couple nervy moments, but a couple times, little flicks, getting the ball out. One thing he threw, Griezmann could have scored, he threw his body in the way. Just a couple things he was doing. He was getting us out of it. Mustafi, at times, just sliding and doing nonsense, but I'm not even going to lie, I'm not even going to dig him out on today. It's a weird game, because on one hand, I would give these players in my player ratings 4 out of 10, but on the other hand, it's a 5 out of 10. Ultimately, we're out the game. Jacques had a lovely effort that Oblak saved in the 62nd minute, but we're not troubling. Ramsey, obviously I was screaming pen when Ramsey was brought down when he was trying to shoot, but yeah, it wasn't a pen. Godin is a man mountain. The man's a man mountain. I told you guys, like, that guy is one of the best, if not the best centre-half in the world, man, because he defends like a real defender, street smart. You saw him and Jimenez a couple times off the ball. They're doing all these things. All the things I tell you about that I did coming up and we need to do in Sunday League, they're doing it. Like, fouling man off the ball and they're getting away with it. Carl, I wanted to fight Gabby, man, but I would have done the same thing, but ultimately, as the game goes on, we're not. It's just great game management from Simeone's men at the end of the day. Like, we're not. Like, how many times did we test Oblak at the end of the day? For all the possession, for all the getting in behind, for all the lovely moves, it was nothing. Ozil played some nice passes, but he could have played much better in my opinion. Monreal, towards the end of the half, what is going on with the crosses? Why are you overhitting them? I don't think Welbs had a good game by any stretch of the imagination. Sometimes just release the ball. How he didn't get subbed, I'm amazed, to be honest with you. Maybe Koscielny's injury changed Wenger's outlook on how the game would go. But yeah, we're out of it. Europa League next year. As I make this vid, my friends are messaging off my phone and bantering me. Some of them are Spurs fans. I don't know why I can't. You lot ain't got no title. I got to run these things. I got to clap back. I ain't got nothing in it, guys. But we're out of it now. Like, fairy tale's over, man. Like, ultimately it comes down to game management. We played well, allegedly. We had possession. We had all these things, but it comes down to game management. Because you could, like I said, over 2 legs, we were the better team, but Simeone's better in the final. That's what it boils down to. And having won it in 09, I believe, and in 012, when Falcao and them man were there, they have a terrific chance of winning it. Now, Griezmann might leave. I don't think Simeone will, but there's always talk of him leaving. There might be some other departures. Some players, Torres is leaving, and he's never won a trophy with Atletico Madrid. They have a terrific chance to achieve some things. I told you guys at the beginning. The game isn't based on sympathy. That man ain't here to sit here and say, "Oh, Wenger, you're a pioneer for the game and all these things." They're not here. They were there to spoil the party, and they spoiled it. And Wenger, really and truly, sadly, is going outside. Like, and on that note, yeah, man, guys, Deludi Kuna, YouTube's N'Golo Kante. Yeah, man, Atletico Madrid win. We're out. There's nothing more to be said. No Champions League next year. To my Spurs fan friend, who I'm not going to say his name, but I can keep seeing this message as I'm talking. By God's grace, you lot join us in that Europa League thing at the nearest possible stage. Anyways, man, away from the bands. Regardless of what fans what club you fans support, thank you for watching the thing. Anyways, Arsenal are out. Enjoy your evening or day wherever you're watching this, and at whatever time and whatever time zone. I'm out.